Hello everyone, I'm Moriarty, and welcome back to Bandit Gang's Lore Blast. Brief and punchy videos about some of the characters in Gwent, and by extension the Witcher universe and their lore. This week is a second edition on Syndicate as we look at the Borsodi Brothers. Horst and Ewald Borsodi were born in Novigrad to Maximilian Borsodi and his partner into a large and, at the time, already rich Borsodi family. They grew up side by side. Even though they were of the same blood, their personalities were very different, and soon enough they developed an animosity. Ewald was the more down-to-earth of the two brothers, but was superficial, spending vast amounts of money on gambling, whoring, and various other pleasures, while Horst was self-centered and disdainful. Horst and his father disagreed bitterly about how the family business should be run. The older brother considered the auction house a place for the elite, not merely a room to bandy coin, but a place to curry favour and status.
My auction house, a meeting spot for the local elite.
As shown in his flavour text in Gwent. My auction house is, above all, a gathering place for the elite of the elite. His father grew to dislike Horst's close-mindedness to how things could be run, and thus favoured the younger brother, Ewald. Maximilian made Ewald his primary heir, despite being the second son, further exacerbating the rift between them. However, despite this rift, Maximilian took great care to try and protect his family line and keep his two sons civil, placing a clause in his will that stated that not only was the auction house to be co-owned by both Horst and Ewald, but it also required that they meet at least once a year under amicable circumstances for the auction house to remain under their control. Horst was unsatisfied with this, and wanted Ewald as far from the family fortune as possible. He usurped Ewald, throwing him out onto the street while proclaiming himself head of the family and hiding their father's will from the public so that no one would ever find out about that clause. And so, Ewald Borsodi was cast out and forced to live out of the sewers amongst the underbelly of Novigradian society.
15 years in the sewers begging like a beast!
It was during this time that Ewald cultivated a reputation as a keen assassin, renowned for his extravagant kills. During Hearts of Stone, Olgierd even admits that if not for his Borsodi heritage, he would have asked Ewald to join the Redanian Free Company for his talents. And so Horst grew fat and rich, turning his auction house into the den of high society vipers he hoped for it to be. A world built around status and the cultivation of high-power business alliances, whilst Ewald lived life out of the criminal world, growing his own reputation and status amongst the nobility of criminal empires. As we know from Hearts of Stone, Gaunt Rodim tasks Geralt with completing a number of challenges to complete a deal the Master of Mirrors had made with Olgierd von Everec, whereby he had to provide 3 impossible things in exchange for Olgierd's soul. The caveat was he had to use a proxy, like Geralt.
Therein lies the catch. Our pact states that before I can collect my due, I must yet fulfill 3 wishes for von Everec, but I cannot fulfill them myself directly, making use instead of a... how shall I put it? A proxy.
One of these items was the House of Maximilian Borsodi, an object which contained the late Borsodi Patriarch's will, and thus the details of inheritance for the brothers. Naturally, Ewald also desired this object, so when the Witcher learned the scorned brother had devised a scheme to rob Horst's auction house, Geralt was quite willing to be a part of it, though he did not know Ewald's true identity when he was recruited.
We'll help one another, and both benefit.
What happens next depends on your choices, but one of 3 things can occur. First, when the brothers reunite in the Borsodi Vault, you can side with Horst and kill Ewald.
I've treated it seriously.
Well, hard not to agree with that. Sorry, Ewald.
You see? All have turned against you. Once again. This time for the last time.
Yet to be seen. I'll not go quietly.
Secondly, you can side with Ewald, kill Horst, and then when Ewald attempts to keep the will for himself, kill Ewald, thus extinguishing the Borsodi line.
You'll pay for that, Quinto. With your head. At them!
Dumb, but have it your way. Let's make this quick before the soldiers get down here.
At your service, mate.
Or finally, you can side with Ewald, kill Horst, and come to an agreement with the younger brother, allowing him to leave with the will whilst Geralt takes home the house, or rather, the container the will was carried in.
Not quite. You just need the contents. Me, the box.
They're downstairs!
So be it. Seal it with a handshake.
Give me the damn casket, and let's get out of here.
As you wish. This way.
Either way, there is no path where these fated fraternal foes ever reconcile, their hatred running far too deeply and for far too long for them to ever patch things up in a world as dark as the Witcher's.
Between brothers, harmony rarely reigns.
That's all I have on them in this short and punchy episode of Lore Blast. I'm hoping to get a really special one sorted in the next few weeks during my vacation from work, so most of my effort and energy is directed that way, and I hope it'll turn out as well as I expect it to. I hope you're all looking after yourselves, and I will see you next time.
And we're doing another giveaway for a subscription to the Bandit Gang YouTube channel, and the winner is... Oh, exciting! Woo! The winner is... It's you! Woohoo! You just activate that subscription down below. Congrats!